What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Beyond Boundaries Podcast, a podcast where we push people beyond their limits. And two, again, very special guests here. Two former teammates of mine, two people have made tremendous impacts in the program, and just two people with some great stories that I can't wait to get into. So I'm gonna just start off and let each one introduce himself.
So I'm Jason Moore. I'm a defensive tackle here at Tech right now. Been knowing Jamin for a couple years. I came in with Jordan, the other guest, like his freshman. So knowing him for like a long time.
I'm Jordan Williams. I'm a former Tech player now. I finished playing last season, and I've known Jamin ever since he came in. I was here when he was getting recruited as an O lineman. He talking about he off in his video talking about former ACC D lineman. I knew him when he was an O lineman. And man, J-Mo, when J-Mo was an O lineman too.
We all were really all the O-line, all the Coach Key room.
That's a fun fact. With Coach Key, we was in the team room with it.
Yes, bro.
Difference is you the one who made your decision to switch.
Man, what you
I
talking
didn't make
about,
my
bro?
decision.
Hey, you probably glad you did, man.
I am.
Okay then. But yeah, we're gonna start it off with, bro. You always start your press conferences with the classic Powerade facts or the Powerade shout out, man. The Powerade shout out.
I do. I make sure that we keeping it involved in this video.
Okay, so I had to make sure to bring it because I actually learned a fun fact about it. What flavor you think it is? Without reading it, what flavor is it?
Ain't it like berry punch or something?
Yeah, it's called Mountain Berry Blast. Like, what flavor you think it is?
Blue Raz.
Nah, try it. Close your eyes.
Oh, I'll try it.
And picture it being strawberry. I have a professor who literally.
I can see that. I can see it.
He the father of Blue Powerade. Like, he worked with Coke, and he was telling us that when they were doing case studies, they just noticed that people really wanted a blue drink. But so like their best flavor was strawberry, so he just went ahead and threw it on Blue Jake.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's little fun facts that you learn with these Georgia Tech professors, man.
I can see that though.
Yeah,
I can see that though.
Exactly. He's literally responsible for Blue Powerades, bro. But that's just a cool little fun fact. We got two. I think they're two real good storytellers, man. I'm gonna let them just kind of sit back and tell their stories. And highly seasoned veterans here at Georgia Tech. Both spent their whole time. I mean, technically, J-Mo did. But both spent their whole time primarily here at Georgia Tech. So, we got some good stories here for today. First thing we're gonna talk about is, the best things from the 3-9 seasons as they were here during the transformation of Georgia Tech to where we are now. I'm gonna have them give some pieces of advice. We're gonna talk about just all sorts of things. J-Mo was a walk-on. He's now a scholarship, had a huge contribution, so we're going to get into that. Kind of talk about funniest fan encounters and everything, most rewarding victory. Just tons of good experience. So it should be a very good podcast. I'm very excited for this one. Like I said, we got two very special guests. So we just going to start it off with the first story and kind of just, I'm interested to hear. So everybody knows Georgia Tech had the struggling period, man, and y'all happen to be right in the forefront of it and just, through it. But through that and just, with the experience of that rough time, I'm interested to hear what was the best moment that y'all can take from it. Like, what was, the most enjoyable moment of it?
For me, I would say one of the best moments had to be, even though we did not have the success we wanted, that old line room was hilarious. Coach Key as the coach, and all the older boys. That room was hilarious. That was one of the funniest old line rooms I've ever been a part of. And if I had to give it a season moment, I'm gonna give it to that UNC game in the Benz when we came back. We were down like 21 points, something like that.
Okay.
That was just a crazy game.
Okay.
Man, I gotta say, like, piggybacking off of the whole line type of thing, like, it was like, for my time being there, it was hilarious. So, like, basically I was brought in as an offensive lineman, played all the way up through fall camp as an O-lineman, and like after fall camp I was moved to D-line because I guess player personnel and one of our D tackles ended up getting injured, so like they ended up moving me. But like just the people I was brought in with in terms of my recruiting class, even with them transferring other places everywhere, just like being connected with them all still is like one of my favorite things. And probably my favorite win from like those trying times might have been, I have to say, when we played Louisville my freshman year. It was like a big one because night game here, Bobby died, and I was playing against one of my former high school teammates, so it was kind of fun having bragging rights against him.
Okay.
Jameer went crazy that game.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about that screen pass he had before halftime.
Yeah.
And he had that
Did he
kickoff return.
finger roll into the end zone or something?
He hurdled somebody. He was eating that game.
I mean, so like y'all mentioned two very good moments, and just clearly those are two. Like I mentioned earlier, just two moments from the past Georgia Tech. You know, Georgia Tech that we like to move on from and everything. But just with that, y'all did experience both. Like I said, y'all are both veterans here at the program. Jordan actually, correct me if I'm wrong, you tied for the career starts record, aren't you?
No, I got the record.
He broke it. Excuse me. So yeah, this is the career starts record holder. And like I said, don't take any shine away from J-Mo, because I remember he came in. He was a walk-on with me in a defensive tackle room, and now, he is going to be right in the center of that defense this year. Y'all be looking forward for him. So, just, with that, I just want to hear, talk about, Jordan, we'll start with you. Kind of just talk about what did you see, what kind of did you recap in from the start of Georgia Tech, or just all in general, like anything from, because you have 52 games, or 53, something like that, right? 53 games of experience. So, what can you just say about that? What you got to say about that?
I'll just say the more you play, the more it slows down.
Okay.
I'll say that. And then playing for that long and just playing year after year, your body changing over the time in college. So you really figuring out you really start to figure out your strengths and weaknesses when you get thrown in that fire like that in college, and you find out what you need to improve on pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Smooth, and like I said, J-Mo came in. You did something that not a lot of walk-ons get the experience to do. Not a lot of players, or just a very big accomplishment feat. So specifically, what do you have any piece of advice you would have to give to those PWOs, or just anybody trying to make it, beat the odds?
Man, I gotta say, probably with that, it's probably I know it's gonna be trying times, but it's stay the course and do whatever you can extra, stay in the film room, just extra lifting and whatnot. It's just easier said than done, but just being the most consistent person every single day. And it's with coaches at this level, it's all about trust, getting to a point where they believe in you. Finding someone who believes in you, you put out good product on the field. So it's kind of giving them reassuring that reason for putting you out there in the first place. And just one of my other coaches used to tell me, used to say, as a walk-on especially, you kind of treat it like a UDFA in the NFL. You really not going to get the brunt of the reps. You're going to be there in a sense as a practice dummy for the most part, but once you do and you take advantage of the reps, you got to just run away with it. So that's the main thing. Don't take anything for granted and just keep chipping away.
For sure, I want to continue to allude on that because y'all both kind of hit it on something. Jordan, you said that when more games you got, the game kind of slowed down. And J-Mo, I know you were always somebody, always in the playbook, always in the film, always doing those type of things. So because I recognized it was something that made the great players good, or good players great at this level. I want y'all to kind of just shed light and give to the young audience, who might be inspired to do the things that y'all done. How important is that extra side of football? The extra work, the film, the just extra work, maybe drill work and all that.
Man, the extra work that really just takes your confidence to a whole nother level, especially when you playing. If you just getting just multiple reps of the same thing over and over and over again, or you watching film and you just breaking down a certain play over and over and over again. When the time comes for it to happen in the game, you're gonna feel perfectly prepared to go out there and execute your assignment on the play.
It's kind of piggybacking off of what Jordan said. One of our D-line Coach Simpson, is when you process things slow, you kind of go. So it's knowing what you're gonna expect beforehand, knowing whether it's the playbook, you personally, or just knowing what you're about to face, it's going to slow everything down, and you're going to play much faster and just be able to be a contribution on the field and to the team for real.
For sure. And so, audience, I hope y'all really are listening to This is some free advice. Not even gonna charge you. Where you who said that?
Big Jess.
Yes, sir. But
we doing this. I'm doing this for Jamin, man. Jamin. He shot. I just got back in town. He shot me a text. I said, man, let's do it.
hey, man, I sure appreciate it. I really do. But I want to get back to the whole storytelling elements because I know y'all got some good experience. So the next question we're gonna get into: what has been y'all's funniest fan encounter? Whether that was at the game, in public, or anything. Just tell a funny story to the fans.
I'll say one of my best encounters. I wouldn't even say a fan because it's somebody I knew, but it was my freshman teacher in high school, my science teacher, Mr. Hill. And I know just from walking into class as a freshman in high school, like he was like looking at me up and down. He could just tell I was a football player. And then he was just looking at me. He was like, I already know you're gonna do big things one day. Make sure you go to GT. I remember he used to drive this Jeep with a Georgia Tech logo covering up the wheel. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't even tell him at the time that I like low key been a Tech fan most of my life, just by growing up around it and growing up around engineers. So later on through high school, I want to say after my 10th grade year, I never really saw him around the school anymore. But once I committed to Tech and everything, like it just like that memory just keeps popping back up in my head. And then like my second or third year here during fall camp, we were having like a fan day or something. He popped out and surprised me and Machias.
Okay, that's
yeah.
real.
I got a picture of it in my phone somewhere. We took a picture of it. Shout out Mr. Hill.
Yes, sir.
Man, I wish I could. I hate how Jordan had such a great story. I can't even. so heartfelt, but it's like something that's more surface level. It was probably the first game after our original head coach Jeff Collins that got fired. So first game with Coach Key as the head coach. So we go up and we're playing Pitt, and we're just in the hotel, and I guess it was just like some. We kind of shared a space with like a wedding that was going on, and like just some random fan on like that Saturday afternoon before we headed up to Heinz Field, just randomly said, hey, I'm taking y'all as the 21.5-point dogs or whatnot. He said, I need y'all to go handle business. I mean, I wasn't paying it no mind. I was like, the season's over with at that point. We ended up beating, I think, the number 24 ranked team at the time in the nation. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, because it was like later in the season.
And it was at Pitt.
Yeah.
Boy, it was raining too. I
Raining,
remember that.
raining.
Oh, yeah.
Tore my meniscus, didn't even know until the next day.
Yeah, I remember that.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. So that was a good dub, and I mean that actually goes right into our next topic. It's just throughout y'all's whole time here, what do you think is the most rewarding victory, and then what was like y'all's most favorite experience as far like because you know we had a bunch of or a few storm the fields, goalposts taken down. So what y'all in the Ireland game? So what was y'all's most rewarding victory? What was y'all's most like favorite experience here?
Oh, that's tough. That's tough. You talking about the fans rushing the field and tearing down the goalposts. You didn't even mention the bowl game when
Oh yeah,
in Tampa, that was turned.
Yeah,
that was turned because we came back against UCF.
14.
Man, there was a bunch of
that's top three. That's top three, and then you got UNC. UNC has never beat us.
Yeah.
They've never beat us. We don't have some turn games against UNC.
Oh, for sure.
So that I would say that's top three too. And then what else? I would say I might give it to that Syracuse game, the Tampa Bowl game year to go bowling.
Yeah,
that game was turned.
Yeah.
I don't know, like for me, like Jordan said, it was one of the UNC games, so it was like at the time where Drake May was in the middle of the Heisman race.
Duke ain't never beat us either that day. That's another good little matchup.
Bro, we be winning the North Carolina State championships.
Yeah.
They said, bro, we be.
I forgot what Duke game it was. That game was low-key top three too.
It was the homecoming one.
Yeah, you talking about? I think I was hurt.
Oh my God!
I was in coach's office watching that.
Yeah.
That was you saying,
J-Lo?
What, that Duke game?
No, before that.
Oh no, I was saying UNC when Drake May was like in the middle of his Heisman race, and I was like, yeah, I got a sack that.
Yes, sir.
J-Lo had me sir.
Yes, sir. You weren't on scholarship at the time.
I was playing for free.
Man, we gotta hype that moment up some more, man. So, cause that was my freshman year. Your sophomore or junior?
Yeah, well,
Red shirt. So okay, so yeah, my freshman year, like I said, J-Mo was a walk-on, and then like first game you didn't play, second game.
No, it's like I played like 5 snaps, but it was like throwaway stuff.
Okay,
Like,
West Carolina. What?
yeah, West Carolina. I ended up getting a sack in like
Yeah.
5 plays.
Yeah.
So that was, like, the first one.
Yeah, he got that first
And it
set.
was like- so that's crazy how you brought that up. So like up until that point, probably like since high school, I probably didn't even play like more than like 20 snaps in a game for like maybe 2 years or so. Then like the following game, I'm just randomly thrown in the fire. On a 3:30 game in the middle of the Georgia Heat, going against Lane Kiffin's tempo offense.
Tempo offense, man, that Ole Miss game was crazy. You
played what 40, 45 snaps against
snaps,
Temple.
bro.
So
That game was terrible.
So that
I was
just like
sick.
felt terrible in my body. Like I can't even lie about that.
Bro, J-Mo really went from barely any snaps to that one sack. Then you did it again, had another sack. Then now you playing a ton.
That Ole Miss game was crazy. It was hot. I forgot what I had, but I was super sick.
Ooh.
I was like super underweight. They were giving me like IVs before the game.
I remember that game was
I forgot what
hot.
game. I didn't even warm up that game. They
Just
couldn't.
came on the field. It just came.
Literally, I was so dehydrated. They were like having a hard time like finding my veins.
Are you serious?
So like I came out. I want to say I came out like right when the teams were running out the huddle.
That's crazy.
But yeah, man, that game, and like you said, versus Lane Kiffin's
I
tempo.
haven't played no type of like offense that moved the ball not moved the ball, but just got back to the line of scrimmage and run another play that fast. Like
Yeah, that was crazy. Well, I mean, this wasn't even scripted, but I really am curious. Like, do y'all have a favorite or funny like on the field moment that was crazy? Because I mean, I know a few. I won't bring them up. But like our boy 5'5", like I can think of a few stories with him.
He's a character.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Man, did you see he was down in UCF today? He squatted 700.
703 reps. Yes, man. Shout out
Horace.
Yeah,
Horace.
Horace.
Oh my God!
Shout out Horace,
I'm gonna
bro.
go check it out.
He finna do good things. I believe this year,
What did
man.
you say? The funniest fan moment?
No, or just any moment.
Any moment?
Yeah.
I might. That once again, that when we beat UNC in the Benz, I remember Coach Lou. I got a picture. Somebody took a picture like from the crowd of Coach Lou just like running and like jumping on me, like jumping in my arms.
Coach Lou.
That's one of them. And then whenever the fans rush the field, that's always just a funny moment because they be saying some crazy
Yeah,
stuff.
they just be hype.
For
They
real.
be hype.
I don't know. It like some of them is so funny. So it might have been when we was playing Miami, not last season, but the season before last. It was just like one of the plays I got in. It was like one of the guards, so I'm just playing like the backside of like a zone play, and I'm just like holding my gap, and he just after the play just randomly on the whim said, "Damn," he said, "You lift a little or something." No, and the other one might have been one of our former teammates and one of James' high school teammates at the time. When we played Ole Miss in that same game, Jared Ivey on the field goal. It was on field goal. I was on field goal block, and he was on field goal protection. I'm just doing the most, trying to jump over the line of scrimmage. I end up getting flipped, and all I see is Jared at the bottom of the pile just laughing and say, "J-Mo, is that you?"
Hey, boy, J.R. funny, boy.
J-Mo is hilarious.
I might say another funny moment was, you remember when we went to BT a couple years ago?
Yeah.
And Pyron clutched up?
Yeah, he started.
Their fans were talking crazy that game behind us.
Yeah.
But that game was crazy.
Bro, you know what I want to hear about? You bringing up Coach Lou brought that up because I wasn't here at the time. But the whole like the Navy training or whatever.
Oh my God!
Jordan can tell you about that.
My God! My God!
Me personally, before he goes on the tangent, me personally, I didn't even get a chance to do it. So the day before that, at the time, since it was in the middle of COVID, I ended up getting my COVID booster shot at the time. So I was like dog sick that day. So like I ended up staying home. But I remember they said you had to be at the facility at like 5 in the morning on the doctor's.
Oh my God! Are we talking about the program right now?
Yeah, he's talking about.
Oh my God! That was so bad. I don't even know what's worse because my first year, I want to say they do it in like phases. Like they come back every year and it's supposed to be like you do something different. Cause like that first year, when we were in the indoor with it every morning, we were in the indoor with it every morning, and I want to say we did something every day, like in the afternoon. But them mornings were terrible. I remember what was it called, like Ring of Fire or something. Awful. It's like you had these stations or something. You were like a whole group, but like one person's in the center of the ring or something. But I know like you got to stay active that whole time if you're like outside the ring, while the person inside the ring is like doing some type of exercise. But it's like constant movement for like hours because like as soon as that like as soon as that part is done, you sprint. We were in the indoor in the corner by the bathrooms. You would have to like sprint. You basically like just start running like super gassers like all the way to the
far side on the outside.
Yes. And then like the next year, that's when we were at that lake or something with it in the beach. Man, we were just doing stuff. We were just doing stuff, man. Them beach crawls were terrible.
And they were it was rough.
We still went 3-9.
At least you got a cool long sleeve black shirt from it.
On me. Oh yeah, we did, but
Bro, you think that's like the most tired you've been on as far as football stuff? Like
Nah.
what was our most exhausting workout?
I don't know. I got
it's a
Coach
lot.
AJ
It's a lot of
got-
Coach Lou workouts, but it's a lot of Coach AJ
like
runs.
Coach Lou,
yeah,
like
run.
his workouts might have more muscle fatigue if we was doing
For
stuff in
sure.
the weight room because of the
Oh,
high
yeah.
rep and volume. But like, if you feel dog tired, I'll say AJ Artist. Like,
Yeah.
it's bar none. Like,
Terrible.
Get you all right, man.
It's awful, man. Man, when you get done doing those stations, like them floor station or whatever, and then you gotta get to the sideline, running them gassers. Get down them gassers. You got the what was it? Them perfect 10s. Oh my God! His first off season here.
Yeah, he had to set the tone.
Bro, how many 10s did we do that one day?
Was it like
It was 30
was it
something.
38?
Yeah, 37 because we restarted. Yeah.
No, I think that day didn't we have class on one of those days where they
It was something like
because I know
that.
we had math class at the time too for one of the summers.
It's so crazy, like looking back on that stuff that we ended up doing like 37 when we were really only supposed to do
like
10.
12 or
Yeah.
10.
We
Hey.
only supposed to do 10.
Oh,
And they,
okay.
and they don't tell you messed up until the last group.
Oh yeah, facts.
Yeah.
So, like, it was like the skills, big skill fat boys, and then you find out you got to restart. they gonna make sure you go hard for telling you And then, man, that first off season Coach AJ boy,
Nah,
you ain't know what team you was about to get from Tech, but boy,
I still think that
it was ups and downs.
that the curves after the jacket drills for the first
Yeah.
time.
Oh my God.
So funny about that. So like the first time they did it last spring, I wasn't there since I was at Temple for like a little excursion. But we ended up,
we might need to go into that.
Yeah, we need to go in that a little bit.
but we ended up doing them. Well, I ended up doing them for the first time. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? And when I tell you that might have been like some of the worst conditioning wise football related activities ever.
Now you gotta think, cause like at least you had somewhat of a preparation for it. Like for us, bro, I remember we just did
Oh
jacket
my
drills, we just
God.
did mat drills, and he called up everybody else. I'm thinking it's just your normal tug of war
We
competition
were
or
dying.
something. And we just run it and curves around the whole
We were
indoor.
dying.
Running
No-
300s like it's a track workout.
No clue how many reps. No clue like if it's about to stop. You get back, blow the whistle. We keep going. We back at it, man.
I'll say one thing about Tech and the off-season workouts, boy. You better take care of your body and get
Oh,
your
for
sleep, or you're
sure.
not gonna make it.
Oh,
Don't
for
get me
sure.
started on that first off-season doing abs with Coach AJ.
Oh.
I wanted to cry, boy. I don't know how many times the O-line and D-line was starting over, bro.
Oh yeah, they really. It's messed up that we had all the linemen together, but we was doing the same thing, bro. We
Like
was
you
doing
know,
the
like you
same
know,
amount
linemen
of
gonna
reps.
drop on abs, and you going.
Boy, that's mental toughness.
Nah, that did get my core, especially when he started throwing the plank at the end.
Ooh. and then once he think he comes with just a plate, he throw the side. And he gotta go back down. Bruh.
Oh no, yeah, we did have some real bad days, some real bad ones.
Them days don't ever get easy. They just get hard.
Oh man, just gotta keep going. But I mean, that's the beautiful thing of the camaraderie, bro. Like the locker room is
just
all
finding a way.
You need somebody to lean on.
Oh, for sure. And I will always, like, I talked about it in a different episode, but I will always, like, commend our locker room for how good, like, we got along.
On me,
well.
our locker room so back when like Micaiah's transfer here and everything, and he had hit the portal. I remember like after his first year here or something, he was telling people that like just being in the locker room, like it's so easy to just talk to people.
Yeah,
and
that's
just be friends with everybody
for
because
sure.
like in that locker room, like it's not really like too many cliques, like too many people just hanging out with just a couple people.
Seriously,
Man, everybody in there cool, everybody chilling.
Yeah, and like I mean, even me, like just as a walk, I came in as a walk on, and never really felt like secluded, or never really like felt like anybody was trying to act better than me or anything. So yeah, our camaraderie and stuff, it was a real thing. But J-Mo, we not gonna let you off the hook. We not gonna let you slide, man, because there's something that people need to know about. Just talk about your quick little 6-month vacation, man.
I mean, at the time I might have been a little disgruntled with how things were going for me personally here, and at the time the other D-line coach that we had, so I might have just like uncertainty. So I ended up hitting the portal for a little bit. So ended up going to Philly for a little bit, reconnecting with.
What part of Philly?
North Philly, North Broad, off Burke Street up there with Meek Mill, all of that. So like,
whoa,
that was like a different, totally different dynamic than Atlanta. Either way, they're both big cities, but it's like levels to like how big cities are. It's more like New York-ish, like LA-ish in terms of like just actual size and just like how people operate up there. So it was like a totally different culture shock being in the north, being a lot colder often, getting snow maybe once every like 2 weeks or so, going into an indoor, working out in the indoor and coming out to a snowstorm as you gotta drive in. And so like all of that was just like crazy for me. But it's like I enjoyed my time up there. I think like just like as like a learning experience and just seeing like how other parts of the world, how other people acted with one another, another locker room, just like it was really nice. I would say rewarding in a sense, but it's like I miss being home.
Yeah. I mean, how far was it? How far a flight?
Flight I think is about 2 hours and 10 minutes, but when I had drove up there with all my stuff, it's about like a 12-hour drive, give or take.
Man, yeah, that's crazy, bro. But I mean, yeah, we getting somewhat close to the end of the episode. But before we do, I definitely want to talk about just what's next for both of y'all. J-Mo, we know you got one more season, but Jordan is definitely gonna be interested in what's next. So I'm just here. And we talk about all the stuff outside of football here on this podcast. So if y'all want to talk about as far as something academically, some graduation things, whatever. But I'm just here. What are the future plans moving forward from here?
You want me to go before you get to all the NFL stuff? But I'll say like for me, so like just I guess as of this moment, just spring ball and just finishing the semester out. So after I'm done with this semester, I'll be getting my master's in analytics. Ooh. So that I'm excited for that. Then
obviously sound effects.
Yes, sir.
But after like that, just getting ready for the season, off-season workouts per usual again for another year. Then I don't know, probably like another degree or another certificate in the fall that I might just do. So like just get as much as you can out of it.
Y'all hear that, man? My boy J-Mo going crazy.
We got the greens in the building.
All while within his eligibility, man.
Well, take advantage of it.
Yeah, love it. Or you had a COVID year?
Yeah, I had a COVID year.
So you had a COVID year too? So wow, you finna have 6 years. This year?
Yeah, that's 6.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But you snagging them degrees out of it, bro.
I gotta make up for lost time. I had to pay for 2 years.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah. Smart man.
Well,
Jordan,
to not piggyback off of J-Mo, I graduated a year ago. Yeah, that was like a year ago, and I did not get my master's, and I will not be getting another. I just like I said earlier in the episode, I just got back in town. I've been in Florida training. I've been attending some Senior Bowls. I've been trying to prepare for the NFL draft. So, I'm just, what's next for me is really pro day next Friday. Just making sure I go out there and really show everybody what I can really do and just really see where my future goes in terms of making it to the next level and playing in the league. But when that time is over with, I'm definitely gonna be putting that Georgia Tech degree to full use. It's just networking with the Tech alumni. It's so many resources, and so many just people you can just reach out to easily. And the Tech alumni is great people, always easy people to talk to, and always easy people to just always put an extra hand out for you if you need help, especially if you're a Tech student.
No, for sure. And just with that, you said that you've been having to just in the whole pre-draft process, all that. So you said you got a few Senior Bowls and all that, and you actually been doing pretty good. Everybody's been noticing how you had some pretty good success at those Senior Bowls. So just like kind of, as much as you want, talk about those experiences and just did you have a Senior Bowl that you really enjoyed the pre-game experiences and all that?
I would definitely say I enjoyed the East-West Shrine Bowl more than the Hula Bowl, but they were both extremely fun. They both had great players in both games. A lot of players that played with me in the Hula Bowl game, they ended up getting called up to the East-West game too. Like my boy from South Carolina, OD, he was at the Hula Bowl, called up to the East-West game. He had a pick 6 in the game, and he had our team turned. And really, you just go to those bowl games, and that gives the scouts chances to interview with you before the draft and before your pro day or before the combine, and just really get to know you and everything. And really just the Hula Bowl came before the East-West Bowl, and I got a late invite to the East-West because of what I did at the Hula Bowl. So I'll just say, getting that opportunity really helped me showcase what I can do, and then I ended up doing real well at the East-West Shrine Bowl too. So I just felt like those were just two really good opportunities for me.
It's smooth. Well, good luck to you as you go on. But just like, if you had to describe the whole pre-draft process in a few words, what would you say it's like?
Whole draft process in a few words, like including the senior game.
Just like explain how it's been for you.
I would say a lot to do in a little time.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because when my first month in Florida at the beginning of January, I got there on like a Friday or a Saturday, and I turned around and left on Monday and went to the Hula Bowl, and I came back that next week, and that was my first time actually starting to train for the draft and do some like work on my 40, work on my bench press, all that. And then a couple of days later, or the following Monday, I got an invite to the East-West. So I ended up packing a bag, going to Texas for 9 days. That's another 9 days out of your training right there. Mm-hmm. And that's what I mean when it's a lot to do in a little time, because by the time I got back to Florida to keep training, it was like the players who stayed there and were still there, they on week 4 or week 5 of the training program, and I really had to get caught up on what to do. I had to perfect some of my running techniques in a short amount of time.
Well, yeah, so a lot to do in a little time. I definitely can see that. It definitely makes sense. And as I mentioned earlier, just good luck to you with that and the whole thing. J-Mo, good luck to you this season. Good luck to Georgia Tech. And I need a real good season. I'm real optimistic about this season.
Yeah,
so
we're putting on for the season, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited to go to the game as a fan too. I'm gonna be cheering y'all boys on, man. So with that,
I'll be at the games too, man.
Yes, sir. With that, any more closing remarks from either one of y'all?
Man, I would say aspiring football players or just high school players, just bet on yourself. That's the best thing you could do. Just whatever you do, just bet on yourself and just attack everything 100%.
Keep grinding, man. Keep
man. I would say, Ben, why you trying to get off like that, bro? I'll say this. If I had to say anything, first thing I would tell all the young bucks is take care of your body early. Stay in that training room early, stretch. That's something I wish I did in my early days. I wish I stayed in the training room. I wish I stretched more, because the more you play, the older you get, it's going to come back and bite you. And I would say, like J-Mo said, better than yourself. Keep your confidence high. You know, don't be out there doing stuff that you know you shouldn't be doing, or just like not putting yourself in the best position possible. Like if you know what you need to do to be able to go out there and execute, just you know what to do during your free time. You got to make time for it. So I would say, like I said, playing with more confidence, being able to get your confidence up, like get the extra work in, put the extra film in, go take care of your body so you feel good the next day, go compete. You know, just make sure you're waking up feeling good about yourself.
There you go. There y'all go, man. That's two great people giving great advice. So I hope y'all really listen to it. I hope y'all really learned a lot, took a lot of insights from this episode, and just comment anything. You know, show these two support. I'll probably link their Instagram or something in there, and just wish both of them luck as you know, we got some big things coming up this year. So with that, I really appreciate it if you made it this far in the episode, and as always, be good, be blessed. Peace.
Like and subscribe.